So hey everyone, welcome back to the second part of the course Mastering Flutter Firebase Riverpod by building a full stack Instagram clone. So in the last video, we are done with all the Firebase and project setup, and now in this video we are going to build the sign up page. And this is not going to be easy as you are thinking, because if you see Instagram, let me show you. If you see Instagram, let me create new account. See, this is a multi-page form. If we click here, we navigate it to the next page, and with proper validation. And yeah, you can see this is a multi-step form. So we are going to create this, and this is not going to be as easy. First, let's set our theme. I have said in last video. So first, go to the this URL. I will give you the link in description, and download all of this font family, and download, and in asset folder in fonts, or put all the files here, and then go to the assets, and then go to the images, and download both two images and put into the images folder under the assets. Then go to the this URL. I will give you the link, and copy all of this. This is basically we are defining our font statically, and then come here, under core folder, create a constant folder. Under the constant, create a typographic file, and here put all of this data. Then go to the this URL and copy all of this theme data, and come here, and in lib folder create a theme.dart file. So here paste all of that data. Then in main.dart file, just here we have changed the title, and define the theme mode as dark, because we will work in dark mode for now. Then later on we will customize it with a light theme as well. And in dark theme we are passing dark, and theme we are passing light theme. It's simple. And home we are passing a login screen. Let's go to the login screen. Login screen we will later build in next video. In this video we will building this sign up screen. And now here we are what doing is, we have defined the text button with the text register, and then we are navigating to the registration screen. I've already created this screen under the auth, and then screens folder, and then here registration screen. And here we have simply, let me open the app first. So you can see in login, currently we are in login screen, and we have a register text. It is a button. If I tap here, we navigate it to the registration page. Here you can see this center. If I change sign up page, and if I save it, see this is changed. So this is what we have done till now, and now we are going to create the sign up UI. So first what we have to do is create the all pages. We are going to have almost, let me show you. As you can see, first we will have a name page. Here it is. Then we will have a password input screen. Then we will have a age input screen. After this we will have a user input screen. Then we will have in email input screen. So I hope you, and I also created a basic stateless widget in this. And here under the constants, I've created a file page constants, and here I've defined a list of registration pages, because we are going to use a page view. Because when I shown the demo of real Instagram, you observe that there is little bit swipe animation when we are navigating to the next screen. So to achieve that, we will be using page view. Then we have defined this. I have defined this. You can copy all of this from my GitHub. I will give you the direct links. Then close this file, close this file, close theme.dart as well. And in registration screen, we need to define a page view under the body. First, let's remove the constant. In the body, we need to define a page view, and here we can use pageview.builder. Item builder will be context and the index, and then we can, and here we can directly return the our registration screen. Here it is. If you see registration pages, and here you can direct return this and just and import it. Yeah, and we need to pass it according to the index, and we need to define the child count. Sorry, and we need to define the item count. Item count will be registration pages dot length, and then we need to just let's save this much and see what we have got till now. And see, we are transiting to the next page as well, but it is scrollable, that we don't want. So for that we can define physics as there are lots of physics as clamping, bouncing, fixed extent, but we are going to use never scrollable physics. And then we can define it as a constant, and let's see, this is not scrollable anymore. And now let's create the name page, and here it is, username input page, and here instead of this we can return a scaffold. And what is going to be the name page look like? See, here we have a column, right? And in this we have a separate another column, and this is text is a part of parent column, right? And there it is a leading icon of app bar, so we can do very easily, like app bar and app bar. Let me correct the spelling. And title, we can define it as a no title, we can define leading as a icon, and icons dot arrow back, and we need to define and we need to remove the const here, and we can add a constant here, and just save this much, and let's restart it first. And then what we need is create a column, and here we can write children, and we need to define here body. Under the children we are going to have another column. Here we are going to have a children's. In children's, let's see, here we are going to have a text and a text field and a button. So this text we can write it as a text, and here we can write what's, and here we can write what's your name. Then and in style we can give text style as no, and here we need to not directly we can pass text styles, because here, if you see here, it is a different font, and I have downloaded, and we have already downloaded all those fonts in typography folder. Here we have a class typography, and that font is this one, semi bold, you can see, and we are going to use this one, and we can just do like We cannot directly pass like text style. Instead of what we will do is go to the theme.dart file. Here you can see we have a class at text style, and here you can see we have a text styled bold, and we can use this. So here we can define app text style dot text style bold, right? And we can do like copy with, and font weight we can define like 34. Font weight, not sorry, font size, really font size. And let's save this and see what we have got, and click on register, and nothing changes. Let me see. Oh yeah, we are doing all of this in username input, and we have not to do all of this here. Instead we need to, let's copy all of this and go to the name input screen. Here we need to do all of this, and here we can just in app bar, underneath below the app bar we can define body, and here a column, and let's save this. Here we can add a comma. Yeah, we can see we got our text. And now after this what we need is a text field. So for text field we can define it as a text field. Then after we can write like decoration, input decoration, and after this we can like here we can pass a label, and label as a text, and here we can pass your name, and if you save we got this. It is already coming with a border. Why? Because if you go theme.dart, here you can see we have defined that theme data already in the theme file. Then here we can, if you see design, it is a field with some color, so you can define that as a, here we can write field. First we need to define the field is equals to true, then we can write an in field color we need app colors. I think we need app colors, we can pass faded. Let's see the result. Under the fade, let's modify this faded color because we not need this. Let's decrease the opacity. Instead of all of this we can modify that. We can do like with opacity 0. Like something 3, and let's see what the result we have got, and we can write it 4, 5. Yeah, let's see if it is matching or not. I think we need to decrease it by 4, and let's see the design, and yeah, it is very similar looking, like, right? And now, and if we tap on it, see, focused border changes, and here we can define the focused border theme as here we can define the width of it like 1.8, and let's see. Yeah, this is looking pretty good than previous. And here we can define the label text style, and we can text style pass directly, not directly text style. We need to pass app text style dot semi bold, not semi bold. Let's see the result. Yeah, we need to pass the regular one, app text dot regular, and let's save this, and dot copy with, and what's the color of this, and color we can write app colors dot light, and after this we can increase the font width, font size by 14, I think 18. You can modify it according to you. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. And now if you see, this is a two-line field, and for that we can do like we can wrap this with a container, and we can define the height of this like height, and we can define height like 40, and not 40, we can define like 60. Yeah, this is looking good. And under this, so we have defined the height, and here under label style we can do it and we need to align this to the top. For that I think we can do text align vertical, and text align vertical dot top. Let's see if it works or not. Shift P, add dependency, and type Flutter Riverpod, and make sure you import this Flutter Riverpod, not like just Riverpod. This is different thing, and also hooks Riverpod. These all things are different. Just import Flutter Riverpod in your pubspec.yaml, and we are ready to go. And if you see, I have added, and make sure I forgotten to say, you should add all of these assets in your pubspec.yaml, and also define register your images as well. And here we have imported the Flutter Riverpod package, and here what we need to do. So move to the next page. What we can do, like node controller, we can create a new, we can create a state provider. If you don't know what is a state provider is like in which we can store value and provide to all widgets and other providers, and we can also modify the value of that provider. That's the state provider, and we can create a state provider like this, and I got it, and we can name is page controller provider, and we can write here page controller type, and we can import material, and here we can return page controller, and then in registration screen what we need to do is we can listen. Here we have made this consumer visit, okay, to listen to that provider, and here what we can do is we can listen like page controller, and we can write it like this, and we can use ref and we in build method we generally use ref.watch, and we can listen to the which provider is want to listen. We need a page controller provider, right? And only this. And here the in controller we can pass a page controller, right? And then in name input screen what we can do is here also we have made it consumer widget and pass the consumer widget ref to the build method, and here what we can do is page controller, call the page controller, and we can watch the page controller ref.watch page controller provider, and here page controller provider, and here we can on tapping this we can write a page controller, then we can move to the next page and we can write const duration, right? And duration we can write milliseconds, like 300 milliseconds, and curve we can use curves dot is in and is out, and semicolon, let's add the semicolon, make it constant, and let's save this much, and yeah, we navigated to the next page. So this is how we are managing the state. And now what we need, let's remove this all of this unused import. Now we need to design the uh, password input screen, right? For this it will be very quickly, like we already build the components, like this elevated button we can extract this one, right? And right, let's extract a widget, and we can write a custom button, right? And all of the page controller, and we can also pass on pressed here, we can pass final void callback, not action, only callback, and on tap. And let's add a semicolon and add this into the constructor, and here instead of this we can, let's first copy it, all of this cut, and here we can pass on tap, and here we can write on tap, and on tap here we can write like let's remove this and paste this, and if you copy, save it, and here we don't need page controller, we can remove this one, because on we need page controller here in on tab, and we can directly access here. So yeah, let's just test this. If and before that we can also abstract this text field, right? And let's custom text field, or let's say a custom will be good, and we can write it. And here what we need to pass the title or label what you want to say, and here we can write final string label. And what we need here, and what things other we need here, we need height, final height. We can give it as and it will be double, right? And here we can add it to the constructor. Here we can pass height. Here we can write label, and we need to remove the const from here. And so yeah, it's done. And here we need to pass all the parameters. Label will be full name, and the height will be 80. And you can add const modify here. And about this, we can also abstract this. Let's see where it is going to be used. Yeah, it is going to be used everywhere, so we can extract this as well. Let's extract this. We can write heading text, and we need to pass 1 second. Heading text, here we can pass final string heading, and spelling mistake, and we can add in constructor. And here instead of this string we need to pass heading, and here we need to give the parameters, and we can write it like this. And let's add the constant modifier. So yeah, this much, all of this. We can restart and check if it's working or not. And let's click on register, and let's click on next. Yeah, this is working properly. So move all of these classes into their separate files. So this button, text, all of this is going to be usable everywhere. So we can create this in core folder. We can create a folder common which contain all common files of our file, right? And here we will use custom button the dart, and here we can copy all of that button which we have created, and here let's cut it, paste here, and let's import all the necessary packages. Then we need to extract this custom text field. You can cut it here. This is also going to be used everywhere. Here we can create a new file, custom text field. Here we can paste it, and let's import the necessary widgets, sorry, packages. And we also need this. Yeah, this is good. and heading text. We also need this to extract. We can put this into common as well. Heading text dot start. You can paste and import the material. Not Cupertino. We need to import material and theme, and this is done. And we need to import here all of that stuff. Let's import heading text, import text field, and then import custom button. So all of this done, and now we need to design our password screen. So let's go to the password screen where it is. Let's remove this. Here it is. So let's see password screen. Uh, it is also very similar to that. Already I have an account. I think and this is also very similar. We can create easily by we can copy all of this, and it will have a yeah. It also have the leading icon. Just copy all of this and paste it here. Let's import unnecessary things. So yeah, and here what's your name? Instead of this, we need to pass create new password. And let's see the text. Name controller done. We need to use this one. Create a password, and then we need a text below this, and for that we can use first let's add a text, and before that we can copy this, add it here, and add a comma, and here we can pass all of this what I've written. Let me write all of this. Let me write all of this quickly. So here it is. I've written all of that stuff, and here we need to a different text field. Here it has a obscure icon in trailing, and for that what we can do is first let's style this text. We can use the style of this heading text. Let's copy the style, and here we need to pass. We can import this. We can remove this constant here, and we can decrease the size by 14. Let's save and see the result. Yeah, this is good. And now let's see, and it is like I think we should do this 16. It should be good, and here we need to pass, and here to add the trailing icon what we can do is below this label style we can add a suffix icon, and the icon will be icons dot, here we can write like yeah, this is visibility, and if we just tap on it, save it, Yeah, this is added, we can see. And one thing we need is and we need to make this stateful instead of a stateless widget, and we can make it stateful. Like we need a bool is password, right? And here we can require this. Instead require we need to require this dot on is password, right? Here we can add a constant is password, and we need to use widget as prefix. Then we can here, if it is the password, then we need to display the icon. If it is not a password general text field, then we can return a null. Here we need an icon button instead of let me add icon button. And for icon we can add and on tap. For now let's add empty callback. We can remove the constant here, and we wrap this with icon widget and add a constant here, and here make a variable bool is of secure, because for password we need to obscure the text. By default it will be true. And let's correct the spelling. And here in text field we can pass a parameter of secure test as is of secure, and on tab we need to set the state. And for setting the state we can do just use the arrow function for better readability. We can do like of secure text is of secure text, and we can assign its inverse of is of secure text. And here we need to remove this semicolon, and we are getting errors. No, yeah, it's done. Let's add some commas. Yeah, it is done. And here in password input we need to pass a parameter. The parameter is password is true, and here name input screen. Here we can write is password is equal to false. Let's save this much. Let's restart the application. So our application has been restarted. Just click on register, click on next. Here it is. In previous screen you have seen there is no obscure text, and here we have obscure. If we type, see by default it is obscured. If we type here, and we also need to change the icon. Here we can write is obscure, and let's add a ternary operator. If it is obscured, then we need this icon, and if it is not obscured, then we need let's copy this and paste it here, and we need obscure off. Let's say this, and if we type over here, see it's changing. And you can also style this icon. Here we can write suffix icon color app light. So it is also done. And let's see if there is something forgetting to add. Yeah, we need to add some spacing more. Here we can add like here instead of 18 we can add 24. Yeah, it is looking good. So now on clicking next, we need to go to the next page. We are getting this error. Oh yeah, here we need to, let's remove this. Here we need a final page controller. Um, and we can initialize it by ref.watch, right? And we need to convert this into a consumer to use ref, and we can import Riverpod, and lastly pass the widget ref here, and we can use now ref here. And we need to listen to the page controller provider, and not page controller provider. And just okay, and let's save this. And now we are getting a, yeah, we need to restart our application. Let's click on register, next, yeah, we go to the next screen. So this is it, and we will also add a validation here later when we will work with backend. So now what we need, password screen also done. Let's close this. Now we need this age input screen, and it is, and for this we can go to the age screen. From password input screen we can copy all of this page controller as well. Let's copy and return it, import all of this. I think we, here custom button, we can write this. Here we can write all import, and let's import this. Let's make it consumer, and import the Riverpod, and we need to pass the widget ref here, ref. So yeah, this much is good. Here we need to, what we need to write here, what's the date of birth. We can use indentation. What's date of birth, is it correct or not? Let's verify. Yeah, it is correct. Then here we need to write something else. Let's see. Here we can write all of this quickly. Let me write all of this quickly. Let's check it. Let's click here, next, and yeah, we can see all of this. We can remove this. Yes, this is good. And let's see this image again. And we need a date picker instead of this custom text field. We can go to this custom text field here, We can write like copy, or I think we not need to copy it. We need to create a new container. Let's remove this, and we can write a container and add comma. We can create a decoration and box decoration, and height we can give it like 80, and width will be double dot infinity. And here let's open the text file. Here we can use this color which we have used there, and we can define the color as this. You can use border radius where it is, and let's save this. I think we need to reduce the height by like 65. It is also too big. I think 55 will be good. Yeah, this is good. And now we need a border. We can pass border as like that can be also copied from here. We can copy this outline input border, and we can copy all of that and just paste. 1 second, we need to use border.all, and we can write like width by 1.8, and the color we can copy this and paste it and remove this one, and add the comma and save it. Let's see the result, and let's add a size block here for some spacing. Yeah, this is looking good. And now what we need to do, in this we need a text, so we can define the child as a text, right? And text will be our date. For now we can add a sample date. What is the format of sample date? Is 2 August 2002, full name, and 2023, and we can have a const modifier here. Const modifier here. Let's correct this spelling. And let's correct this spelling. Let's save this. And we need to center it. Let's wrap this with a center, not center. We can wrap this with a column. Yeah, there it is. And here we can define cross axis alignment as a start, and we can write like so. Yeah, and we can define main axis alignment as center or space around, and in the child we need to add one more text. Let's add this one, and let's make it const first, and here it will be like birthday, uh, 6 years old, right? And color we need to define. We can use text style. We can copy the style from here, and here we can write. We need to remove the const modifier now, and here we also need the text style out. We can write like just remove this, and the color it will be. We can use app colors. We can use app colors dot maybe faded. It will be good or not. Let's see. No, it is too. I think we can use instead of this. We can use different text style dot. We can use regular one, and we can decrease the font size first and remove the color. We don't need it. Yeah, this is good. And I think for color we can pass the color as we can pass light gray. This is looking good. Yeah, this is good. We can go with this, and I think we need to decrease the font size little bit. This one good. And now what we need is when we click on this, we need to show the date picker, right? So for that we can wrap this with gesture detector, and here we can use on tap 50. And to show the date picker we can use like we can create a function here. We can create a function like it will be future, and we can use select date, and we can like do final pick the date, and we can use show date picker function provided by the Flutter itself, and we can pass the context. I think we need to make this a stateful consumer, so we can create all of these snippets I am getting from the Riverpod snippets extension. We can type age input, right? And let's correct the spelling and copy all of this data, cut it and pass it here. And let's remove this class, and here we need to remove this because in a stateful consumer widget the widget ref is directly accessed, which is provided by Riverpod itself, so we don't need to include that. And here initial date will be like initial date will be date time dot now, we can write dot now. First date will be date time dot now, and the last date we can write it like, let's correct this one here. And here we can write date time, and we can pass the last date as we can do like 1800, and we can write it at year. And what is need actually, let's see. So we was getting the error, and for that, uh, to solve that, I have modified the function little bit. And what we have done is, in initial date we pass date time dot now, and the first date is the date which can user select, the last date which user can select, like in our case it will be 18,023, right? And the last date is the current date which user can select. And we are checking the if here if it is null or not, and it is equal to selected date or not. If not, then we are setting the state. And then here we have one more function, calculate age. Here we are making a variable of current date and the date time dot, and we are checking here for some precise date. If it all of this condition it happens, we will decrease the age by 1. And age is, we defined the current year and subtracted from the birth year which we have selected, and return the age as a string. And then here let's remove the print statement. We have called the selected date, and here we have displayed calculated age year old. Let me show you. Here you can see 0 year. If we click on here, it should get updated. Yeah, see, 12-year-old age is also updated. And here we are formatting the date according to this format, 1 August 2010, and using the Intel package which we have imported here, this one, and formatting our current selected date. So this one, all of that. Now click on next. So our next, this is also done. So our next screen is username screen. So let's go on that. Here we can copy all of this password input screen, and let's copy this. We can copy like this, and age, here it is. We can paste it here. Let's import the all things. Make it consumer. Let's import the Riverpod and pass the widget ref as a ref. And yeah, this much. Here we can write create a username, create a username. Here we can pass all of that stuff. And we can, so I have added all that text, and yeah, just change this username, and anything we have to do now. Let's save this and go to the register. Next, next, next. Yeah, and we need to pass it as a false, and we can save. Yeah, this is gone. And now what we have to do, this is also done. Now we need to add this screen. This is also very similar to all of the previous screens. We just need to copy all of this again. Let's copy it, and we can go to the email input screen. Here we can return it, return our scaffold. Let's import all of things. We can directly import from here, and just replace this with this one and make it consumer. And we need to pass the widget ref and ref, and here we need to change this. What is the text? Let's say we can, what's your email address? We can type it here, and then here we need to type all of the texts. Yeah, this much we can do, and here and we can click on next, and yeah, here it is. And we can go to the theme here under the outline but theme data, outline button theme data. We can, the border style will be this, and border style will be faded, not faded. Let's see. Yeah, it is faded, and we can do like we can add a border radius here in border side. I think here we can define the shape. We can like rounded rectangle border, and we can pass border radius, and we need to wrap it with this one. And let me format it. Let's cut it and paste it here, and under the border radius we need to pass border radius dot circular. The radius will be 34. Yeah, this is it, and let's save it. And the next what we have to do is let's see what are the functions it has. And to increase the width and height, we can modify theme itself. Like we can set a minimum outside this. We can set, not in this, we need to minimum size. We can copy this, and here we can pass minute size as 250, width and height. Yeah, it's increased, but we need to width like yeah, this one is good. And now what we need is, and we need to just add a size box, and we can give a height of 12 pixels. Let's see the image. Yeah, 12 is good. So here it is, our email address page is also done. Yeah, this is very similar to the design. We are getting the error, overflow error. When we can solve this by making it scrollable. You can write like a single child scroll view, and here we can define a property. Keyboard define on drag. By this, what will happen? Currently, when we are scrolling, nothing is happening. Now, if we scroll, the keyboard is gone, right? This is what we got, and we can do this for all screens, like name input screen. Let's click on register. Let's click on next, 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 next. Yeah, on clicking next, we are not moving to the next page. So we need to add functionality here. For that, we can do like here we can wrap this with a widget icon button, and we can pass on tap on pressed property, and for this we need to call the page controller dot previous page, and we can do const duration, and duration will be milliseconds, not micro, milli. And 300, and curve will be is in, and is in out. Let's save this. We are getting an error. We need to add. Why we are getting an error? The child property is not defined. I need to add icon. Let's save this. And if we click over here, nothing is happening. By yeah, now this is working properly. I've added everywhere this icon button, so after that this is working properly. Now one thing we have to do is in custom text field, set the autofocus true, because if you see in real Instagram, when you navigate to a page, the keyboard focus automatically becomes true. So now let's click on register, and if I close and click on next, and then next, yeah, we got the end of, we reached the end of our pages. After this page, we will have a email verification page, but that we will build after the authentication completes. So this, I think this much is good for this video. and in next video we will be implementing the backend, and in next video we will be implementing our backend to sign up the user with their email and password with proper validation, etc. And after that, in fourth part of this course, we will implement the login functionality as well as logout and login screen. So thanks for watching. We will meet in next video.